Would you like to learn how to make a face like this, or even a non-human one like this? If so, make sure to watch this video for tips and tricks on how to get better at custom makeup and how you can use custom makeup to win. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I will be giving you guys tips on custom makeup, and I will be showing you how to use custom makeup to win and dress to impress. I'll be showing you tutorials on how to make my favorite faces, and basically just how to make a good face in custom makeup in general. So if you just recently got custom makeup or you're looking for tips on how to get better at custom makeup, then this is the video for you. But anyways, I hope you guys find this video helpful, and let's get on with the video. Okay guys, so the first thing I'm going to be talking about is where you can get custom makeup. So if you don't already know, if you go over here and you go to game passes, custom makeup is a game pass and it actually costs 349 Robux. Okay guys, so first off I'm going to be showing you my favorite eyes that I like to use. And this is for like regular faces, not non-human faces. I'll talk about like non-human faces later and the different types of eyes that I like to use for that. But for regular faces, one of my favorite eyes to use is these ones right here. These are super pretty, and it's actually the same eyes that I used for this face. But I also have some other favorites, like I like to use this one as well for certain themes. And there's another one I like to use right here. This one, I think I used it for like my Sabrina Carpenter outfit in one of my previous videos. But yeah, I really like those eyes a lot, and yeah, so now I'm gonna go back to the one that I've been using for this one. I feel like this is really fitting for like a Y2K outfit, but you can color the eyes over here with like any color that you would like. Some eyes are darker than others, so some of them like you're not able to color as much, but the ones that have like blue eyes are usually the ones you can color. So yeah, those are just some tips for like regular eyes. And now for eyebrows. So I pretty much use like the same eyebrows like every single time because I feel like these ones are like the best. In my opinion, like the ones that are straight or just like slightly arched, like I think these ones, the slightly arched ones and the straight ones are my favorite. So I feel like they look a lot better than like the downturned ones, but those downturned ones are good for like themes where you have to look angry or annoyed. But for most themes, I recommend straight brows or arched brows. So yeah, but personally these ones are my favorite to use. Okay, now on to the lips. In my opinion, like it took me so long to find like lips that I actually liked. So I finally found them, but like I kind of use them for like almost every outfit. These lips are my favorite because I feel like they're just right. Like they're not too big, but they're not too small. And you're also able to color them like any color you would like. So if you're looking for lips that you can use for pretty much any outfit, I definitely recommend these ones right here, because a lot of the other ones, they're either too high up or too low, but I feel like that one's in the perfect spot. So I definitely recommend. And over here, this is basically like the contour and like the overall like face makeup section. So personally, I basically just alter it based on my skin color. So for certain skin colors, I use this one, like if it's like a lighter, more warm toned skin color. I also use this one sometimes as well. This is like a more warm toned and it has less white in it, but I like these two a lot. You can also layer them on top of each other. There's also more subtle ones down here, but there's also like ones that don't really have blush and they just appear to have like powder or like highlighter on. So that's good for like lighter skin, but if you have like a medium toned skin, then probably one of these would be my favorite. But yeah, and if we go over to this section right here, this is like the most fun section because it's where like you really make sure your makeup's put together. This is where you can add the nose, you can add eyeshadow, you can add blush, you can add like extra contour and like all of these different things. So currently I'm using this nose and I'm layering it with another nose down here just to make it a little more darker. And I think I have this eyeshadow on right here. So yeah, you can play around with like whichever ones that you would like to use, but you can also use like these are like different types of blush with different colors. And there's also some freckles, which can add so much to your makeup. But one of the tips that I have for you guys is definitely use a nose, because actually at first, like when I got custom makeup, I used to think noses looked weird, but after a while, like I started using them and I realized like it actually adds so much more to your outfit, and it honestly just like looks a lot better in my opinion. So yeah, I know like custom makeup isn't super cheap, but it's also not super expensive either. So I definitely think it's worth it if you're like trying to win like rounds and dress to impress. Also, I wanted to mention that making sure like the colors complement each other is a big thing. Like for example, if you have like blue eyes, then I definitely recommend using like purple eyeshadow or like blue eyeshadow to make it stand out. But if you have like brown eyes, brown eyeshadow or even like purple or green eyeshadow really helps your eyes stand out. So it's definitely up to like your eye color. Just make sure everything coordinates. Like if you have a warm toned face where it's like warm toned lips and warm toned eyes, then make sure like the rest of your makeup matches with that. Like don't do like cool toned eyes with like warm toned makeup. That usually doesn't match as well. I also noticed that adding contrast to your makeup is definitely like something that really helped my faces like look a lot better. Because for example, like if you have like darker skin, then you should use like lighter makeup so it like stands out and adds more contrast, but not too light obviously, but like just light enough so like it adds a contrast and looks a little better. So that's just my opinion. So that's just like a tip like if you guys want to like improve your faces. But yeah, another thing that helped me was basically making like faces for different themes. Like if you use the same face every single time, it kind of gets repetitive and you're probably less likely to like get voted. And definitely save your faces, because that has saved me so much time. With certain rounds, like I might use the same face that I used before, but yeah, definitely save your faces and make sure like your face like really coordinates to each theme. Like I remember I did use this face right here for like a galaxy or like a space theme, and this was for like a video. This was for a thumbnail actually. This was a troll face, so ignore that. But yeah, and then this one was just for like I wanted to make like a rose gold outfit, so basically just coordinate like your makeup to like the theme. So yeah, definitely like pay attention to the theme and try to incorporate like different things that like support the theme like in your makeup. Okay guys, so now I just switched back to my non-human outfit because I'm going to be talking about tips on non-human faces and basically the types of eyes I like to use and basically what's best for non-human faces. Okay, so personally my favorite like pair of eyes that I've been using for almost every single non-human outfit I've ever made is this pair right here. This is great for literally anything non-human. It can go for siren, you can go for like mythical creatures, you can literally do anything with these eyes. I've done so many different themes with so many different like colors and stuff with these eyes, so I definitely recommend. That's my like top favorite. But there are some other good ones for like non-human faces. Like this one is also good for like an angel theme. I really like this for like angel themes, and basically just like if you're wearing like white in general. Also for like horror themes, I like to use these eyes. These ones are kind of scary, so I like to use them for more scary themes. And now onto the eyebrows that I like to use. So for non-human faces, I pretty much just use like these eyebrows right here. These are like a little more straight and they're also like pretty colorable, so I was able to color them like green for this one. Yeah, honestly, these are probably like my favorite eyebrows to use for non-human outfits because they're not like too arched, but they're not like too straight either. So they're just right in the middle and I think it's perfect. For non-human faces, like when I'm making the lips, I like to do these ones. These are like the same lips as the other one, I think. But honestly, they're just my favorite lips. They're good for like non-human outfits, they're good for regular outfits, they're just good for everything. But then if you were to do like a vampire theme or a zombie theme, I would use these lips. Like these ones are also like ones that I use a lot for like themes where it's more like zombie or vampires or just like something like that. I feel like it's pretty fitting. So yeah, and for this section, I honestly I don't really like to use these ones. These are more for regular faces. I like to use the ones that are just like contour, kind of like this. I like this one a lot. And I also like to use like different ones just depending on the theme, but usually like a lot lighter than like the ones that I would use for regular faces, since usually if you're making a non-human outfit, like your skin tone is a little different. But for like angel outfits, I like to use this one because it's like pretty light and it definitely fits like the angel theme. So yeah, it basically just depends on the theme, but mainly I use like the darker ones for like non-human outfits. And if it's like an angel outfit, it would probably be these ones, but basically they're more like subtle. And now for this section, honestly, my tips for like the non-human like faces for this section aren't like super different. I definitely still recommend using a nose, and basically I use like a lot of eye makeup like on the non-human outfits because we really want to emphasize like the eyes, because that's kind of like one of the main aspects of like a non-human outfit, and I feel like it's like really good when you have like the eyes stand out. So as you can see, I currently have two eyeshadows on and this eyeliner right here. So if you you'd like to recreate the same face that I have, then I'm showing you like basically everything that I'm using. I also wanted to say that lashes, I know this isn't really like part of the makeup, but definitely I recommend getting these lashes because they're in the dressing room and I believe like you put in a code to get them, but they add so much more to your makeup and they definitely emphasize your eyes so much more. So I definitely recommend like getting these lashes. That really helped like my outfits become better. They even have like different settings and stuff, so it's super helpful. Okay guys, so I've already given you 2 tutorials on how to make 2 different faces, and I've talked about like basically the best eyes and best features to use, and basically just my favorites that I like to use. But now I'm going to talk about like how to make this face. I'm gonna give like one last tutorial. So for this face, we're gonna have to scroll down. And once you're like in this section right here, right underneath these green eyes, you can click on these pair of eyes and color them this color. Here's like the code. So like if you want this exact shade of like the eye color, you can use that. And if you go over to the eyebrows, these are the same ones that we used for the other eyebrows. And it's basically these straight ones here. So I don't think I even colored these ones. I just kept the same because I felt like the color was perfect. But yeah, and now we're gonna go over to the lips right here. And I'm using these lips, which I usually use a lot, honestly. These are probably like my favorite lips that I like to use for my outfits. And here's like the hex codes that you can use. This is actually like an example of what I was talking about using like complementing colors. Because as you can see, like the lips and the eyes, like these are colors that complement each other and it's giving spring in my opinion. So yeah, you can also like base your makeup off different seasons to help you like figure out which colors coordinate with each other. So yeah, but now I'm gonna go over to this section, and if we scroll up a little, this is like towards the bottom. It's near like these little like contour and powder faces. So you click on this one. It's a little more subtle than the rest of them, and honestly like this isn't like the blush. This is just like a little bit of like I think that's like powder and light blush, but it's not like a lot. I added more blush in the other section. So if you go to the last section, this is where I added like a nose and blush because I feel like this makeup, like it already had like a lot. So the blush added a lot, honestly, because it was like pink and green. It was adding like, it gave it more of like a spring vibe. So I feel like this is super cute. And here's the hex code if you want to copy that. And if we scroll down, I used this nose right here. Honestly, I feel like a lot of the noses look pretty similar, but some of them have a little more highlighter and some of them are a little like darker and more like prominent basically. So it's basically just up to you like what nose you want to use. But sometimes I like to layer a couple of them and that also looks good as well. Okay guys, so I really hope you found this video helpful, and let me know in the comment section which was your favorite tip and whether you have any other tips that you'd like to share with people. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please comment down below any video ideas that you'd like me to do. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!